If you have ever had a dry, tough, or chewy steak, then you already know that the best way to cook steak is not to cook it for too long.
There are many ways to cook the perfect steak, from grilling it, to frying it, to baking it in the oven.
The trick is knowing how to cook it the proper way, by following the tips we are going to share with you.
Decide how you want the steak done before you cook it.
Many people like their steaks nearly raw, but most like them medium rare, to well done.
If you decide how you want the steak cooked in advance, you are more apt to keep a close eye on it, and it will turn out perfectly for you every time.
Avoid turning the steaks too often.
You want to resist the urge to touch the steaks too often.
It is best to turn them only once or twice if possible, to avoid drying them out or getting them overdone.
Use tongs instead of a fork.
It is best to use tongs to turn steaks, so that you can keep the juices inside.
Turning steaks with a fork causes you to pierce the steak every time you turn it.
This puts holes in the steak, and lets all of the juices run into the fire.
You are just asking for a dry steak as a result, by using a fork.
Don't mash on the steak.
Just like with a fork, mashing the steak with the tongs will release the juices and you will end up with a dry steak.
To test for doneness, just lightly press on the steak with the tongs. The harder the meat feels, the drier your steak will be.
These are just a few tips for the best way to cook steaks.
You should follow them closely, and soon you will be the house to come to, when anyone wants a steak for dinner.